Unit 5. 13. Can a female turn into a male? This does not happen often in the animal kingdom. But some fish, like gobies, have the ability to change sex. Gobies live near coral under the sea. Coral is a perfect place for these tiny fish because it protects them from big fish. It's dangerous for them to leave their home. Therefore, even when they have to find a partner to mate, gobies don't go too far away from home. So what if there are only female gobies living in the coral? In that case, half of the fish can simply change their sex from female to male. And interestingly, it only takes 30 days for gobies to change their sex. What an amazing ability! 14. Many people dream of becoming astronauts, but it isn't always fun. Life in a spaceship is quite different from life on Earth, and it can be difficult. The biggest challenge for astronauts is living without gravity because everything floats around. This makes eating and sleeping difficult. Imagine drops of juice or milk floating everywhere. This explains why astronauts must use straws. Similarly, astronauts must get inside sleeping bags and wear safety belts to sleep. This prevents them from floating around and getting hurt while sleeping. Despite these difficulties, most astronauts say they can't wait to go back to space. It isn't hard to understand why. Imagine how amazing it must be to see views of planets and stars that almost no one else can see. It must be worth all the trouble. 15. Computer programming is a way of giving computers instructions about what they should do. So how do we make such a program? For example, let's say that you want to make a secretary program that lets you know when an email arrives from your teacher. The first step is to build an algorithm. An algorithm is a series of steps which are needed to solve a particular problem. If you have a real human secretary, you can just tell him or her, "Please let me know when an email from my teacher arrives." Unfortunately, a computer is not as smart as a human being, so you have to give it detailed directions. 1. Check the mailbox every 5 minutes. 2. If there's a new email, check and see if the sender is my teacher. 3. If it is, show a pop-up on my screen. The next step is to write these steps in a language that computers can understand. Since computers cannot understand the English or Korean language, you must translate it into a programming language such as C++, Python, or Java. This translating work is referred to as coding.